Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to the final episode of Top Tier Talk this season. Chavez, we're starting with you. Manchester United have finally lifted a trophy. It was the FA Cup over your bitter rivals, Man City. Take it away.
Finally, Dan. We listed one last season. Ten Hag has won a trophy in every season that he has participated in mainstream football. Yeah, no, on the day, I think there was some actual like tacticos on Twitter who predicted the 11 we would play, the formation we would play, the tactics we would play. And Ten Hag actually did it. It was just strange. He went down the whole Bruno false nine-ish route and packing up the midfield, and we just completely done them. I think we leaked the team before the game to Pep as well, which Pep thought we were playing with Hoyland starting and a classic 4-3-3. We didn't play that. Pep said he got the tactics wrong. And then the biggest difference, which Pep Guardiola himself admitted, Lisandro Martinez breaking the lines and creating from defence because he's literally the best ball playing defender in the world. And he himself said top five centre backs in the world, not me. That was the big difference. And alongside that, I think I said before the game we'd win. I was convinced just purely because we'd need it more. I mean, look at Man City; they don't care. Even that guard of honour they gave, it's quite ironic considering they've won the league 1 week ago. They don't really care. So we just needed it way more than them. Bruno gave out a brilliant piece before the game as well about how much it means to him, how much it means to the players. And yeah, it was just a brilliant day all round. Onana made a mistake. I've talked about this with people before about how Onana, I know he makes mistakes. One of the biggest things he has though is his hands. They seem weak. It's happened a few times now this season. Shot comes at him, he doesn't parry out enough, and it just happened again. And yeah, there's a few things again before leading up to this game. Many United fans saying we should sell Wan-Bissaka, and I said, look at the Carabao Cup final against Newcastle. Look at PSG against Mbappe. Look at all these players he's locked up in individual ties in cup matches, and he did it again against Doku. I know Doku scored, but if anyone else was playing right back in that game, they would have been absolutely destroyed. When a left winger is on it, like say Maximan was in that Carabao Cup final, like Doku was there, you need someone like Wan-Bissaka, and if we sell him, we're weaponizing that team. So we really need to keep him, and he proved it again in another final.
So, just touching on the Onana, obviously you touched on the Doku goal. Is that not a bit of a letdown that the fact your goalkeeper has weak hands? Like as you said, it happens time and time again. Like
Yeah,
it
it's
just it
just
was it was
shocker.
every game week in the Champions League, and it has, as you said, it probably happened probably nearly double
Just
Yeah.
figures this time this season.
just to add
He
on,
makes saves. He made important saves in that final as well. He's not consistent with his hands either. It's a strange one.
Oh, like the one
I
with Walker, I'd expect that one to go through him, not the Doku one, and it was the other way around.
Yeah, true.
Go on, mate, sorry.
was going to say, no, it's fine. I was going to say, just to follow up on that, what would you assess his first season as Man United keeper? And obviously, because you're very vocal about wanting De Gea out. So, what's your assessment? Is he overachieved? Has he been underwhelming?
Yeah.
Surprising? Like, what would
Do you
you?
know what? We can compare FA Cup finals, Amir. In one of the biggest differences you'll notice is when Man City played us yesterday, they didn't press us. Teams don't press us because it's pointless because Onana is so comfortable on the ball. That completely changes the tactical outlook of what Ten Hag wants to do. It allows the centre backs to come near, and then Martinez can do his thing with creativity from the back. That in itself is just invaluable because you can talk about moments where he makes mistakes, but the actual 85 minutes that are played in a match, that's what it affects, which is why Onana is not the first problem at all at the club. But long, long term, if we're looking at title races and stuff in the league, we might have to reconsider a few years down the line. But at the moment, I'm happy. He's obviously he cost us the Champions League single handedly. That's his fault. No one else is at the club, which is shocking. You shouldn't really have that much like blame. But one thing about him is you need to have a personality. You have to have the mentality to be a Man United goalkeeper. He takes it on the chin. He comes out, he gives his interviews, he accepts the position he's in. He's definitely not going to get consumed by it, which other keepers would. Someone like Dean Henderson, I feel like, would have instantly been consumed by it. And there are some keepers out there that people love, but you never know. There's another side to it. It's probably the biggest position in world football, the one that's the most scrutinized, the goalkeeper at Man United. So he's done okay. I think he's had an okay season. One competition he cost us, others he was okay.
And obviously, I'm going to give some praise to Ten Hag. I thought he was really good in them interviews. The way there was a few clips, the Lineker, Shearer, Roy Keane as well. He held his own. You can tell it's been a really frustrating season for him, and I think he did come across quite well there. And I think he's probably got some fans back on side. But in your eyes, is he going to be Man United manager next season?
No, I said this before. You guys know. Obviously, there's not proof on the podcast, but I said he'd be sacked. I said we'd win, and then he'd be sacked, and McKenna would be the next man. The reason why I say this is because right now Ten Hag is the manager of Man United. Ineos is a new ownership that we've got in who don't want a manager; they want a head coach. And I don't think Ten Hag is going to compromise his position. He wants control and a say in things that happen at the club rather than just coaching an 11, which is why I don't think Ten Hag would accept, if they even offer him newer terms, I don't think Ten Hag's going to accept that, which is why there is an absolutely perfect manager. Oh, sorry. Again, I miss head coach out there. Head coach McKenna, who has experience at the club. I'm absolutely convinced. I have no source, by the way, but just off of pure interpretation, I would be shocked if he's not our head coach by the end of
Not
next week.
Brighton.
And
Looks like Brighton really want him as well, don't they?
I think if he really wanted to go there, he would have been their coach by now. And it's the same with Chelsea. And there's certain things that happen. Like, for example, the first actual report in which a reporter said Ten Hag is gone was a Chelsea reporter who's never reported on Man United. I mean, the people, like, deep down, Chelsea knew he said no to us. He's going to United. The whole Tuchel thing is just purely a German source, Christian Falk. He's literally a buying source, just pushing Tuchel to United when it's not happening. That would be weird if we got him, because he's also not going to want to be a head coach, in my opinion. But yeah, one thing I'll say is I am always Ten Hag in. I want him in now. I will want him in forever. But if he does get sacked, there's certain fans, Mark Albridge being one of them, who said they'll instantly be Ineos out, which is just shocking. They haven't even started properly yet. If they do sack him, it does still make sense, because they are a new ownership who did not appoint Ten Hag. They've come in, they have their own philosophies, and they're going to get the man that they believe is theirs. If that is not Ten Hag, fair enough. And they really think that 10 million compensation is worth sending Ten Hag away 1 year early, then fair enough. That's their decision. Time will tell. The only thing is, the next man they get in is going to have a lot of pressure, because guess who his next game is against? His next proper game is against Manchester City at Wembley again in the Community Shield. And the fans will be on that, probably McKenna, straight away if he loses, because they'll compare him to Ten Hag. The next person needs to get a lot of time, because remember, we're starting from day one again. And if Ineos really believe they want to do that, they can do it. I think it's the wrong decision, obviously, as someone who did not get appointed as a Man United fan now. I've been a Man United fan all my life, so I was happy with Ten Hag. I understand if they do it, but I think it's the wrong decision.
It seems to be this kind of like a lot of kind of expectation towards like every other kind of big six club in at the moment. You know, for example, like Arsenal, because we came second and everything like that, and obviously the media is portraying us as we didn't do well and everything like that. United, for example, as you mentioned, like if you go onto the Community Shield with, if you get McKenna and he comes in and doesn't do it, then obviously the media are going to come back and say, is he good enough for Man United, blah, blah, blah. And Chelsea, for example, if they get like the likes of another manager, I know Hansi Flick's not available now, but they get another top manager. And for example, if Chelsea go on and don't do anything this coming season, then the media again are going to come out and say, is this the end for Chelsea? You see, the thing is there's always going to be this expectation as if like every big six club has an opportunity, basically should win the Premier League that season. So it's as if there's like 6 Premier Leagues to give out. And that's basically what they want. And it's, I don't know, it's
They
impossible
want
to please the
competition,
media.
don't they, man? They want the most viewership.
I understand the guy, yeah, but it's still bad. Do you know what I mean?
I was just going to also say, big ups to United, obviously winning the FA Cup. It means Arsenal don't get a free pass to a Community Shield
I mean, it's part of the media.
final because they finished second and Man City win the double. So no plate for Arsenal as well. So
mate, this one game changed your season as well, mate. Not for the good.
Yeah, I know you're in the conference.
If we become the first team to win every single trophy possible, then I'm in.
So speaking of trophies, Amir,
possible.
Just one thing, by the way, I don't know if you guys know, this ruins everyone's schedule. Like, you know, you're playing 8 games next season, Amir. We're playing 8 games next season. Arsenal playing 8 games in the group stage. It's a different format. There's no more playing a team twice.
How does it work?
You play 8 teams. It's the top, I think, 8 as well go through in a 36 table. It's a completely different system. The schedule's
you don't get to pick who you choose.
I don't know how that part works within that 36 group, but that's how it is.
Speaking of
like saying it's negative for us to be in the Europa Conference League. I mean, if we do win it, like we've achieved something no club.
Wow. Let me go down to the Championship and win that. You've never done that. It's like me saying that.
It's a botch, isn't it, mate, on your record even participating? Like, you don't see Real Madrid in the Europa League.
If it's a botch on our record, then you guys all being in the Europa League is a botch as well. And the fact that you guys haven't won it in every single time.
But this is the thing. We're not that bad to go into the conference. You are.
You've never won.
You didn't even qualify like last year.
You never won Europa League. Let alone the biggest Champions League, Champions League.
We're not talking about the Europa League. We're talking about the conference, mate.
Yeah,
You're in the Conference League, mate.
Fine. So would you be gassed if you won Europa League then?
I'd be pretty happy, yeah.
Would you be gassed if you won the Conference League?
I don't know.
It's like me going to
yeah, but
it's like me going down to the Championship, winning the Championship, and saying, "Haha, we've got a trophy, you don't." It's
No,
just not
that's a bit
Championship.
different.
It's
That's a bit different.
no, it's not. It's the
that's,
same
that's
level.
what the Europa League is as well compared to the Champions League, and you still can't win it. So I don't know why you can't even talk in this. You
Yeah,
can't talk.
that's correct. We
Give
still
me a
can't win it
Chavez
because we're not in
competition.
it because
Give
we're
me a
that
Chavez
good. We're a
competition.
step above. We're in the
You're that
Champions
good,
League,
you
mate.
can't win anything. That's what I'm hearing here. You're
No,
that good.
no, I'm
you've
saying
lost
we're in a better
to
competition than the
Olympiacos
Europa
and you
League.
can't win it. You lost to us at Karabag as well. You're too good. You lost to them.
Right, Amir, let's end this discussion. This question is just aimed directly at you, and I'd like to hear your opinion on this. Obviously, we have the other two that won trophies. Rank these four essentially. So Arsenal's Community Shield win, Liverpool's Carabao Cup win, City's Prem win, and United's FA Cup win. Where do they rank?
Here we go. I know it's going
What
fourth
kind of
first.
question?
Yeah, I know.
That's just saying the obvious.
I can.
Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Community Shield. Come on.
Yeah,
It
okay.
doesn't matter who the teams are. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter who the teams
that's
are.
Okay.
literally how it works.
I didn't know if it'd be a bit more surprised that
let me
Arsenal
put
beat Man
Arsenal
City.
All right, no. Ask L. L, who had a better season, United or Arsenal?
Arsenal.
Why? Why though?
Why?
Because we came second, we got more points. So if you look at it that way, statistically, we had a better season than you.
So can I ask if
regardless
Arteta
of
for the
silverware.
next 10 years doesn't win a trophy and continuously gets you really high point finishes, is that good enough?
No, but obviously it
So why is
doesn't
that good
matter.
enough now? He's 5 years down the project though.
Okay, let's say hypothetically we go on and do like win the FA Cup and the Premier League next season.
Yeah, but let's say Man United win everything next. You can say that about anyone else. Let's say Chelsea win
yeah,
the
but
four
I
trophies.
think we've had a better season. We came second. We had more points than you.
Yeah,
So that's
but
we had a
no,
better season.
You might have got more points, but you didn't go further than them in cup competitions. So
Yeah, but okay, let's link it back to our lockdown Arsenal when 2019-2020 when we won the FA Cup. Did we have a better season than Liverpool when they came second to
No, but
Manchester City?
I'll explain that. I'll explain why. Because look, for example, I think Villa have had a better season than United, but Arsenal haven't. Villa being in a top four position matters because they can go on and win a European trophy because they've done it before. You, on the other hand, it doesn't matter because you won't win it because you've never won it. So Villa have had a better season.
Failed ideology. What do you mean we can't win it because we've never won it?
Our position is the same. Arsenal United, we didn't win the Premier League. You getting top four is no different. Man United are going to have the same impact in the Champions League next season as Arsenal. Aston Villa, maybe not because they have a European pedigree.
Champions
They
League
might win it. I know exactly. And you're not in it.
This is where I can't do the too much slander. They won it in like the 80s or whatever.
Yeah,
what, 30, 40 years ago. What makes you think because they won it 40 years ago?
Yeah.
So if we were Nottingham Forest in the Champions League now, they could win it because they won it.
Forest have won it more than Man City.
It's failed ideology.
No, but they've got a European pedigree. I mean, Arsenal don't have one. So this is they're not going to win it.
Right.
It's like talking to a plant, isn't
it? Someone mute him. All right, I suppose obviously we touched on Man United. Should we do well, we Leverkusen losing last week as well.
Big old look.
Never be Arsenal.
Yeah, what a performance!
Probably one of the best final performances I've ever seen.
What was it? Joe Cole said, was it the first two were for his club, and the third was for the cages in Wandsworth or something? Was that what?
Yeah, that was a commentary.
To be honest with you, do you reckon he would have won England call up if he hadn't declared for Nigeria?
No.
I
think
who did he used to play for? Everton, wasn't it?
It's Everton.
Fulham, Everton. Yeah.
He's the one that did that Panenka when they're 1-0 down.
Against West Ham.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you could say this all the time. Hypotheticals like, oh, you had this player and look where he is now. But everyone back in their day when they obviously weren't good. That's why they didn't stay on.
That's like Eze was at Millwall, and Millwall released him. And now
exactly
look at us. We're the best example. De Bruyne, Salah.
Yeah.
Like how many players? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, does it?
Yeah. Oh, that's the best example of a cup player. Like you need a player like not Lookman, but you know what I mean. Just Leverkusen are definitely better than Atlanta, but you see one individual performance like that explosive.
No, I don't think that was one individual performance. Atalanta played really well. Leverkusen weren't. They didn't let them do anything.
Yeah, Dan, do Arsenal have a player that could score some of the goals Lookman scored in that game in a final? Is that like a pure like just a moments play? They don't have that. That's what you need. That's your next step.
Do you not think Saka could do that?
No, absolutely not. Saka's a system player. Even he knows it. Yeah. A very good system player, don't get me wrong, but that's why they don't succeed in cups.
I mean, that's why they go rely on Reece Nelson, then, don't they? Unless they strengthen in the summer.
Great player.
Should we? I suppose anything else that we can touch on, or should we move on to the summer of football that we've got going on?
Southgate and his provisional squad.
Didn't we sack a manager, guys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And your new manager.
Oh, here we go.
What's his name? I mean, what's his name?
Enzo. Dan probably knows him better.
Maresca.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about Poch out and now Amir's on his mission now, basically?
You officially
Yeah.
I will ask, and then you will answer.
Go on then. Go on.
Like last week.
Well, that's how questions go, mate. Go on.
Amir, last week you said you were Pochettino out. You've always said and I said it's a very big thing saying you're a manager out because regardless of what happens, you are sure that manager, regardless of anything, needs to be out. So Pochettino went out, and now having done that linear improvement that Pochettino did, you've got the manager who got Leicester promoted. You must be ecstatic because you got Poch out.
Yeah, I was ecstatic that Poch went out, but then when I saw the list of all the managers we were linked with, I was not ecstatic anymore because we
You
need
did look
a
into the
winner.
future.
Yeah, you just
Well,
thought
yeah,
Chelsea
you can still
managerless.
look you can still look into the future with just because they're not in their 30s and they don't. Do you know what I mean? They're not like edgy managers. Like, all right, fair enough, because I like a big name. But no, I didn't.
You did get a
De
big name.
Zerbi's the biggest out of the lot, and even I said in a podcast a few weeks ago I weren't too keen on De Zerbi coming in. I mean, the manager I wanted, Hansi Flick, went to Bayern, so unless we didn't approach
Did go
him,
to Bayern.
not Bayern, sorry, Barcelona.
Sorry, yeah, boss. Yeah.
Barca, you're right. So unless we didn't approach him or his eyes were set on Barca, fair enough, then that ship sailed. Tuchel's still around. I don't know if he's still come to Chelsea. I don't know if that's just that relationship's just in tatters. But
What's your expectations? I mean, what from now? This Enzo Maresca.
Well, it's not confirmed, is it? But it's
No, but
confirmed.
it is. I mean, it is. He's your next.
Let's say, okay, Amir, let's hypotheticals again. If he is, or sure, or sure.
He is. He is.
No, but
If
yeah,
he
but I'm
is,
trying to help Amir out.
well, I want to do the same as I did for Poch. If we get a big summer, we bring in the striker we need, an Osimhen, for example, marquee players. We do spend like we spent last summer. Then it's top 4, 100%.
And
Just
what
like
if he
it was-
doesn't get it?
Well, then he has to go, and then that's where my patience. And that's where my patience with the
Revolving
depends.
door of managers.
It's either
This
top
is
four-
most fans nowadays.
Isn't
They're
that so
actually terrible,
unfair
terrible
on-
fans.
I mean, isn't this so unfair on this guy? Like,
Shabazz,
what's he coming into?
Shabazz,
Yeah,
Shabazz,
what's the point?
I'm going to say this to you again. How much money have you spent that does not warrant you having the correct resources to finish in top 4?
No, but
Like how much?
Enzo's
how
a
can
new
you
man,
say,
mate.
Oh, fine, do you know what? Let him spend 2 billion, and if he finishes 8, that's fine.
No, but
It's just standards through the floor. Like
mate,
come-
he hasn't.
That's
Enzo's
happened
just
for the
come in
past couple
now.
seasons anyway.
Say that again, but you're both speaking at the same time. One at a
God,
time.
Chavez, go on.
No, anything that's happened before today is not his fault. He comes in, everyone
No,
gets. When a
yeah,
new
you're right,
manager
he
comes
does
in,
come but he's getting one of the like
Most valuable
Say it.
squads.
The best.
value. Thank you, very good word. Valuable squads in terms of money spent and stuff. I mean, come on, if you became a CEO of Microsoft and like in the first year,
First season Microsoft.
first quarter, profits are down, you're in negative figures. What they're going to say? No, it's okay. We'll give him more time. Let the company go down. Is that what they're going to do?
yeah, it's a project. Because if you bring a
Yeah,
new
but
guy,
you
the
gotta go
profits
down
might
to go back up, isn't it?
Yeah, that's in any business. Thank you.
Yes, but at the same time, you do set objectives that are bare minimum expectation.
Well, how can top 4 be bare minimum?
If he gets, listen,
You've come
if he
12th,
doesn't
and then
get-
was
if he
it
doesn't get-
7th or 6th?
It doesn't listen. We had a good enough squad last season. And I said it last week to finish.
But you
top
didn't
4.
do anything with it.
And who was the reason? What was one of the reasons behind that?
The
manager.
squad.
So it was just all the squad. It was just the squad playing.
Okay.
No one telling them what to do. They were just playing freestyling on their own, and they finished.
Pretty much.
Amir, let's say you have the same season again, sixth, and the same positions in the cups. Surely you allow him another
If we
season.
win,
no?
if we have a cup run, then I'm okay with it. If it's
Like
a
a
cup
win?
run, a win, yeah. We're the favourites. We're probably the best team ever to be in the Europa Conference League now. So
Tell you what, just let him win the Carabao Cup so they can actually stay a
listen,
season.
exactly. No. Just like Ten Hag did, and then that's a stepping stone. But if we spend the money we're going to spend, like we already got this teenager for whatever long, of Winston and
Messinho.
exactly whatever his name, Messini or whatever. More players like that, like he probably won't succeed. But another thing I don't understand, we want a ball playing manager. Sure, he's ball playing. I read about his CV. Premier League 2 winner. Pep's number 2. Everyone's just going for Pep regens and shit.
Yeah,
But
board managers.
We'll see one. Like we'll see.
The thing is, though, Amir, is it's all well and good. All
He's
these
won the
managers
championship.
coming in.
He
It's
has
all
won
well
a
and good having
trophy.
these managers come in, but
I
Yeah,
know,
mate.
but does that worthy? And
what's
that's
the
what I'm gonna
attraction
do,
if they're going to
by
be
the
sacked
way.
after a
That's
year?
what-
They're
that's
going
what
to
I
be
was
like,
gonna
well, why am I doing it?
That's what I was going to say, El.
Money.
He has won a trophy that Chelsea have not won, and that's the championship. So
No, but what I'm saying
They,
is, it's
they,
like, what's if Amir's ideology is the same for basically Chelsea, everyone else, every other Chelsea fan is basically, if he doesn't do anything in a year, we want him gone.
Yeah, but
Why
it's
would
not
a manager want to come into this thing, barely be
because
welcomed by the fan if he
play
doesn't
out.
really do well, but he's
The most
trying to do
attractive
well
club
to
in
get the
London.
team?
We're the most attractive club in London, definitely. Why
All
would
right,
they not?
well, enjoy your
Basically, a
conference
blank
with
check.
the attraction with that. The Conference Leagues definitely attracts an Austrian
But
to come play
Amir,
for you.
so are you giving up on the whole? You said we're a project club now. I want a project manager. I hope a project requires ups and
Prove me
downs.
wrong. How do you know this time next season we're not sitting here in top four and I'm singing Enzo's praises? But at the moment, with
How
his
do you know he's not?
season, yeah, exactly. How do we know exactly?
No, but I'm saying how. No, I don't know. If
He's
it's meant to,
Leicester.
I was meant to say what about the
Bless
other
him.
way though? What if he goes like 10th?
He's so cute, this guy. If he's 10th, then he has to get sacked, doesn't he? Worse than last season. He's so cute. He doesn't think, does he, this one?
let's
You don't either. You're just so like 6 month orientated. If it doesn't work in
6 month
6 months, get him gone.
orientation.
If it doesn't work in 6 months, get him gone.
I'm giving him a year.
All right, what do you think is going to happen? Let's forget about okay. What do you think based on what you've seen of this manager? Like, what is
I've
going to
not
happen
seen
here?
anything. I've not seen it. All I've heard is from Leicester fans after the Chelsea game saying we're 17 points clear. Now we're 2 points clear. So I don't know if he's just. That's all I've heard. He nearly bottled the league. That's all I heard. I don't understand. I think it's just because they hear Pep somewhere in this guy's like route to football, and now like a company, for example. It's ridiculous. How's company become manager of Bayern Munich?
Yeah,
That's crazy, by the way.
It's all piss poor, by the way.
I
And
can't
it's all,
believe he's done that.
as soon as
because no
Pep
one wants
leaves next
Bayern.
season, as soon as Pep leaves next year, football will be back. Football will
I
be
agree.
back.
Once Hitler leaves.
I'll call it that. Let's end on the England squad. Chavez, you had something to say? The strong blood right coursing through your veins has got some.
My only one opinion on England. By the way, I don't support England, so I love this. But Rashford does not deserve to be in the England squad, sure, but he also should be in the squad. Both things go together. England, when they are 2-1 down to France in the Euros, 1-0 down to Germany, are not going to bring on Anthony Gordon, Jack Grealish. The fact that he's not made the 33 it's a joke.
No,
by the way,
I do back that.
You know what? Fair enough if you want to go purely off of merit, but why is Jack Grealish in the squad? It's just, Jack Grealish has less goals than Anthony in the last 2 years. The whole thing just is a mess already because now you've just lost one player who's a unique profile. And another thing, by the way, I was going to say is Jude Bellingham shouldn't start for England in the Euros. I've discussed this midfield extensively. Declan Rice, Foden has to play his position. But the best player, I don't know if you're English fans, you'll counter this. Foden is your best player, England's best player off of pure ability. You need to get the best out of your best player and play him in his position, which is attacking midfield. We've seen this in the last England game.
So why you put Bellingham next to Rice?
So what's wrong with Bellingham being the 8, the box to box?
No, because the deeper Bellingham goes, the poorer he is. Because there's another man who should start at number 8, Kobe Manu.
Right, here we go.
Fucking hell.
Declan Rice, Manu, Foden.
Kobe Manu was stinky, by the way, until this final. By the way, absolutely stinking. Not hear one word from United fans in over a month about him because he's been pissed.
You actually believe Kobe Manu should start in the Euros 2024 squad?
Absolutely.
This is why your fan base gets ridiculed more than every other fan base. It's a stupid opinion.
Over Jude Bellingham.
I think Manu is a better 8 than Jude Bellingham. But Jude Bellingham's a better player. Sure, he's a moments player. But Jude Bellingham, he's got the DNA of scoring the last minute goal, clutch player. Bellingham doesn't actually contribute to play, which isn't a bad thing because he still brings world-class moments out. That's why if you want, bring him off the bench. I understand he's your Ballon d'Or star player, but you need a tournament to win. And putting Foden out left wing ain't going to do you any favours. You've got to start Foden attacking midfield. Bellingham, the deeper he gets, the worse he gets. He doesn't affect your play in a positive way. You're going to see this. People are going to be on his case. Your country's famous for racism. They're going to be on Bellingham straight away. And either way, Manu as well, probably, when he plays. Bellingham, the deeper he is, does not affect the play. Bring him off the bench. Start someone else at left wing. And this is where Rashford should have started. I'm actually shocked by it.
Ben White needs to be in that squad, but wait till Southgate, the terrorist gets
on Amir, to end controversial England take from you, Amir. Last word.
I think we should discuss.
Reece James probably should have been in the 33 as well, despite not playing enough football. I think he's still one of the best.
We should do our 11 for England. We should do the 11.
Okay, we'll do it next.
We don't have time.
Thank you very much for watching, and until next week, goodbye.